guys, a little disclaimer. We have not gotten mics yet, so we can't really filter out the sound from the construction that's happening on the second floor. So if you guys hear a little bit of construction, just disclaimer, it's gonna happen.
Feet don't fail me now.
I'm looking nervous.
I got to stand my ground. I know I'm done for trying.
Hello and welcome back to the 8th episode of the Top In podcast. I'm Crew, your co-host.
And I am Max, your bona fide host. And today we have a very special episode. We would like to start by introducing our lovely guest, Dante Oubiña. Welcome to the show. The Argentinian maestro himself.
Maestro.
Today we are going to do something a little different, but we thought it would be, just fitting for the, the time, and we just thought, F it, let's do it. So we are doing our top 15 players of the decade 2010 to 2020.
Yeah.
So it's not just individual season. Let's just go over like some of the rules.
I'm excited.
Maybe someone had a really good season in 2010, and then they were non-existent for the rest of the decade. It's a collective kind of decade thing.
It's your career.
Even if they were really good for 5 years, I included that. But
Same thing for if they were really good in the 2000s and their career was on they still played in the 2010s, but it ended and they weren't really prominent. That doesn't count as much. But
strictly 2010s.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into it. We're gonna go reverse order, 15 to 1.
Also, no Messi or Ronaldo.
No Messi or Ronaldo.
We want more room for other players that kind of sneak into the list, and just so we can kind of talk about them.
All right. Yeah. Crew, get us started.
Let's do it. Okay. My number 15. I had a pretty controversial one, but then I changed it up. So my number 15 is Toni Kroos.
Can you give your controversial one?
Yeah, I was gonna say Mbappe. I'm already leaving. No, he's not in it. He's not in it. Bro, come on. Just for the hat trick in the World Cup, I don't think you understand. That game is gonna be
a hat trick
in the World Cup.
That was 2022. That was after.
Okay.
That's the thing.
It was 2010 and 2020s. That's what we said, no? It was 2010s and 2020s.
No, 2010 to 2020.
Okay, that doesn't really change my list,
Fine.
but
Who did you say?
I said
Kroos.
Toni Kroos.
A little low, no?
What?
A little low.
Little low.
Hell no.
You could argue for him higher, but I just didn't think he had the ability in moments to kind of bring him up to the high level. But just insane. He's a dynasty guy. You kind of know what I mean? He's so many trophies, accolades, and he's a great player. So I have to put him on my team.
All right, fair enough. For my number 15, I went for one that wasn't very good in the early part of the 2010s, but he really picked it up. I'm going for Mo Salah at my 15.
Yeah.
Snuck into the list.
Oh,
If we're talking 20, his career 2015, when he first came to Liverpool, it was 2016, 2017, or 2017, 2018, one of those seasons. Just for those 3 or 4 years, he was debatably one of the best players in the world, if no Messi and if no Ronaldo. So I had to put him in just for those few years. I couldn't put him any higher, but if he had more longevity, I would have put him higher. But yeah, just move on.
For my number 15, not even close to one of my favorite midfielders, but you can't argue with the statistics and the longevity and consistency. I have Modric at number 15.
Whoa! At 15?
Any
That's
higher would
ridiculous.
be
Just look at the badge.
Hey, zoom in on the badge again. Zoom in on the badge
Again.
Just hold it up. You can't debate this.
Dude, first it
15
was
for
Kenny last week, and now we have.
And I want to say, Kroos never top 15. Second most overrated midfielder of all time over Modric.
Say Wallahi.
Wallahi.
You're not taking that.
Absolutely.
Dude, I'm
never.
I'm tying my shoelaces up here.
I can't see
Oh my god.
Kroos over any of my other
Are we
players.
doing snake or it just goes back to me?
No, just go.
Yeah.
No. Can we talk about that for a second? Toni Kroos, not in the top 15.
Never.
Give me one reason.
Because he's not over any of the other players. He's not over Modric.
Okay, yeah, that's one player.
Yeah,
Name
it's
another.
not-
And he's not over a single. If you get another player on my list that's over or that's under Kroos,
I'll let you
do
know. Okay, I'll let you know. I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
Okay.
All right, deal.
Career?
My number 14, I have Chiellini. Chiellini.
Okay.
Italian
Yeah.
joke. Someone said. Chiellini.
What's his first name?
Loki forgot.
Every
You can't-
single
you
time.
can't do this, bro. He just does those. Yeah, I'm done. Fuck, sue a man
For what?
for not knowing the first name of a player. Like, that's just insane.
I think that's fair.
That's good. Who's your 14?
Okay, for my 14, that's a good. By the way, that's a good shout. I'll give you that. That's a good shout. My 14. This one is my debatable on the list.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I needed to show love to some City Dons. I needed to show love. He played for Barça too. I needed.
Oh, it's Aguero.
Yeah.
It's Aguero.
That's
Okay.
fake.
The joy
okay,
that
Aguero's
I
good. Listen,
have
listen.
experienced. He was one of the players that got me into Man City and into soccer. That moment in 2012, in the decade, may I add, his whole career in the 2020s, amazing player. Like, so good, so consistent. Like, the goals per game ratio, like, you can't argue it.
Okay.
And
What's
just the
his-
reason why
That's
I
very
support
valid.
City,
That's very valid.
Aguero 14 for me.
What's his dad's middle name? What is it?
Julio?
Oh, I'm done! How? He doesn't even know it. That's insane. Oh my god.
Are you?
How? He claims to be a City fan and he doesn't know
Isn't
that.
he married to Maradona's daughter
That's insane.
or something like that?
Aguero?
Aguero's like
Maradona?
nephew is like his.
Oh, yeah,
his,
yeah.
His like godfather's Messi.
Something.
Max didn't know that one. That's for sure. Alright.
That was such an overreaction. Anyways.
Alright, my 14. I had to go again for kind of consistency. I don't. He wasn't there in the Middle East, but you know I'm putting Van Dijk there. I'm putting Van Dijk at 14.
That's a really bad
Absolutely.
take.
Over Cruz?
Van Dijk in the 2010s
Van Dijk?
over
Okay,
Toni
okay.
Kroos.
I saw not really early years, but Cruz didn't shine in his early years either. In the early years of 2010,
Yeah, he did. He was decent.
but he didn't shine like.
Van Dijk was still an academy player back then.
Okay, but why not that? Why
He
not
was,
Van Dijk?
Van Dijk was in the slums of Groningen back then.
Yeah, but then he emerged and became one of the best center backs in the history of the Prem. In only a couple years.
Alright. That's okay.
I don't agree with that over Toni Kroos any day of the week for the 2010s.
That's ridiculous.
Wait, I wanna ask Max, how many keepers do you have on this list?
One.
Okay, yeah. That should be the right answer. Okay, my number 13, I have Manuel Neuer. I knew his first name.
It's a little low for me.
Number 13, Neuer. You can argue for higher. It's just so hard to rank goalkeepers. Like unless you're like comparing them to other goalkeepers, it's just so hard to compare them to field players. But just what he's done, just all around, just probably the best goalkeeper of all time, in my eyes. If not before. But yeah, I'd say definitely Neuer 13. My thoughts on
It's a little low for me, but I don't mind it. My number 13, I have a Real Madrid player, sorry Dante, who is not having a great end to his career, but in the 2010s, this guy was incredible. I rate him over another Brazilian, who I'll mention in a minute, not on my list. I think this guy was just a world class in terms of ability and just like the way he kind of transformed that Real Madrid team. So for my 13, I went for Marcelo.
Marcelo, okay.
I think that he is.
That's a little.
I think he low key flies under the radar.
That's a little low.
That's not horrible. I can accept that.
I have him higher. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna put him on this, but
With that, I also have a Madrid player. At first, I thought maybe we had the same one. You might think this is a little low. I have Sergio Ramos at 13.
wow,
That is a lot low.
that's a lot low.
Dude, who
I
does he
don't
have in
think
his
so.
top 12?
Dude, I have a
I'm
good top
curious.
12, bro.
I'm genuinely curious.
It's just gonna be Barca.
It's gonna be a straight 12 of Barca.
Dude, why do we only have Barca fans on this? We only have Barca fans on their podcast, man. And it's just so.
No, I'm happy with my top 12.
Okay. We'll see. All right, we're at 12 now.
12, yeah.
My number 12, I have Eden Hazard.
It's way too high.
You think so? You don't have him in your top 15? Dude, I had to put him. He's a ball. Dude,
No.
that man was terrorizing the league. Terrorizing
If he
the league.
played how he continued to play.
If he like continued and played just as good, if he played like that at Real Madrid,
absolutely.
he would be one of the best players of all
I
time.
agree.
That man was special.
I agree.
Special. So yeah, I had to put him there.
I think he makes my top 20.
Okay.
I don't think
Okay.
I couldn't fit him into the top
Okay,
15.
yeah, you could. I could say it's a little high, but no, just
It's a personal pick for you,
personal pick for me.
and that's fair.
Personal pick.
That's my Aguero pick. Okay. For my number 12, I'm going for the guy who's the single greatest player in his position of all time. I mean, there was a hole there that needed to be fixed, and he, you could say, fixed it perfectly.
Okay.
Composure, IQ, reading the game, scanning the field, controlling the tempo. There's no better person than Sergio Busquets
Yeah.
at number 12 for me.
Yeah.
That's low for me.
Just
That's low for you,
underrated.
of course.
Just like all around perfect
Yeah, that's
footballer.
actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. You're number 12.
All right, so I was here split between 11 and 12 on their positions.
Okay.
For my number 12, I have Wayne Rooney.
Ooh. Ooh.
For the 2010s.
But it's 2010s to 2020. So like, yes, in the later, it started going down a little bit, but he had a solid run.
I actually
those
don't.
years.
I didn't even think about him, but like I see that his like
He had like
first
4 good
5
years.
years of the 2010s.
That's a
really
good. That's half of the decade.
I just can't see him over Tony Cruz for 2010s.
But
I
the thing is,
can't.
you go watch factor.
I mean, Dante,
okay,
I feel like-
consistency. All right,
I can't
consistency.
see that over
Cruz.
Tony Cruz.
But if you watch those 4 years of Rooney,
Dude, if that's your logic, then Neymar should
it
be your one.
stomps
If that's your
on
logic, Neymar should be your one.
well, we'll get to that.
Okay, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
his one's gonna be Neymar. That's crazy.
We'll see. All right, my number 11, Sergio Busquets, and I think I had to put him behind the next Barcelona midfielder, Spanish midfielder that's coming up. But yeah, Busquets, composure, just like I don't know about you guys, but I would like watch when I was like younger. I'd watch like highlights of Busquets, and he would just take the simplest touches and just find a way to just transform like the whole play of the game. It's incredible. So I think definitely one of the best players of the generation. I'd like to see him top 10, but I think I put him at 9 or 11. I have some better players. So.
Okay. Good pick, crew. For my 11, wait, I don't think I'm saying this right.
Oh no!
No.
Who is it?
I might or might not have made a mistake in my ranking. There's a chance that a certain Brazilian is in the 11th slot.
Who? No.
Wait, can I just have a moment to edit my list?
No, you can't. No, you may not.
Can I?
No, you may not.
If
No,
you
you
put
may
Alves
not.
at 11, I'm gonna freak out.
Who is it?
No, I'm gonna need to stand up over by Sean for this pick so you guys don't beat me up.
No.
My number 11. Low key is an overrated player who had a
Don't say
great
it.
prime,
Don't say it.
and when he switched teams, I just didn't feel the love for him. I think he's always been
Oh
overrated.
no.
My number 11 is
That's-
Neymar.
That is horrible.
That might be one of the worst takes I've heard in my life.
Big step up.
11, really?
That is terrible, Rick. Come on.
There might have been a little bit of a misunderstanding, but
You
I
added
have
a
to
1.
mistake.
You added a 1 or something.
I didn't add a 1. I added maybe a 7 to it. Maybe he wouldn't have cracked my top 3. He wouldn't have. I apologize to all who love Neymar. He's 11 to me.
That's
Dude,
ridiculous.
please
He's not 11.
comment
He's
in
like
the
4 to me.
comments.
It was a mistake. I apologize.
The top
That's
comment.
disgusting.
The top comment decides what we do to Max after this podcast. That's insane, Max.
I'd like to formally apologize. I think he's not a top 3, but that's just me.
You put him 11.
I was a little crazy.
But when making this list, what did you think?
Yeah,
How many players
what was
did
the
you
thought
move up?
process on this? What were we thinking?
His name might have slipped down the.
I don't know if I can have a keeper trusting a. I don't know if I
You
can
have
trust
Neuer
my
over-
keeper if he has Neymar at 11.
Okay. Go your number 11.
All right. So my number 11 again. It was close with 12, but I think just because he just brought more magic to his prime years, I have Hazard at 11.
Hazard.
Just because I like the way, just
Imagine that.
watch factor in Chelsea, it was like nothing else.
Dude, Hazard. Yeah. Hazard's effect on football. Elegant. Again. Yeah.
Whoa, I got
don't
him
know.
really high.
I agree. I think we both have it
Switch
kind of high, but
Alright.
personal picks.
Top 10. These are some
Top
really,
10.
These are some really quality players you're getting.
Okay, number 10, we're getting some really quality players. I'm guessing, I don't think Max thought Neymar was a quality player, but you know. Let's move on. Number 10, I have Xavi.
That's low.
Yeah,
That's
it
so
could be
That
low.
is incredible. Okay, I thought you said high for a sec. I was about to freak
No,
out.
I have
That's
Xavi
really low.
at 10. You could argue for him a little bit higher, but I don't know.
If you have Modric over him, I'm gonna go crazy.
That's just, you know what? We'll leave it at that. I have Xavi, but I think he's a great player. But I think the players who I have above him are a combination of I like them better, and I think they're also just better players.
It is your list.
Yeah, again, it's
My
our list.
Neymar is my pick.
Well, that was a mistake.
It was a mistake,
His
but it was
his
my
point
pick.
stands. The list is like what we want it to be.
I'm falling on my sword.
It's a little personal.
It's a little personal vendetta I've had with old Nay for a minute. But
It's not a personal one though. He just doesn't like PSG anymore. We'll move on.
my number 10 pick is debatably the greatest striker. No, it's not. He's not the greatest striker of the generation, but he's the second. No, he's maybe the third greatest striker of the generation.
I knew you could say.
You could say that 9 minutes went by and this man scored 5 goals.
No way, you have him at 10.
I have Robert Lewandowski
At
my
10?
At my 10.
First Neymar, now oh.
Again,
I thought I had him. I thought I had
to
him
me,
low.
Lewandowski
I thought I
is
had
an
him low.
incredible player. I couldn't put him any higher. I don't know how to explain it.
That's
He's 10 for me. It's just personal. Very class player. One of the best to do it. But yeah, that's my ranking. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I stayed quiet during that because I also have Lewandowski at number 10. I think.
You guys come.
Okay, listen. I have maybe
That's
the next two picks. They're all pretty close. One of them I picked kind of blind, but I can't put him higher than maybe higher than 10, not higher than 7.
Dude, okay.
That's fair.
All right, move on. Number 9. This might be a little of a personal pick. I went with the God, Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Oh my.
No way. You picked Zlatan.
That's disgusting.
Zlatan!
Wait, let me see. Wait,
No!
don't show me the
I'm not
list.
saying the list.
Wait, who did you put?
Zlatan's at 9.
You have Zlatan.
Below him, I have Xavi.
Yes,
Below
Zlatan
him, I
over
have Busquets.
Xavi.
Below him, I have
I don't know what's
Hazard.
worse, 11 at Neymar at 11 or Zlatan at 9.
Zlatan is a god. I had to put him at 9. Well, what would Zlatan say about this list?
Zlatan would say
He would say he's
he
too
would,
low.
He would say he's number
He
0.
would say he's too low.
He would say he's below. He's above number 1.
Point proven.
Goodness me.
I had to put Zlatan. Alright, you're number 9. We gotta move this on.
Okay, number 9. Again, this could be a little low. To me, he's a top 3 British player of all time. His prime season at Spurs, the 2012-2013 season, he was unplayable. Made a giant move to Real Madrid, lit it up, went to the golf course, enjoyed a nice snack, whatever,
He likes golf better than soccer.
He likes golf, he likes Wales. Gareth Bale. This man had one of the greatest single seasons ever in 2012-2013 and is a unbelievable footballer. Number 9, Gareth Bale. Transformed Real Madrid, BBC.
It's respectable. That is respectable.
I like it though.
Shout out Gareth Bale versus Inter Milan too.
But at my 9 here, I kind of threw a blind dart. I was looking over the Ballon d'Or rankings and I saw consistency from what I read. You know, I'm gonna put Ribery here at number 9.
Yeah, I agree.
Just because
Dude, I didn't have it in my list.
I can't put too much on him because I haven't seen a lot. I've probably watched like 2 games where he played, but just from the studies, I gotta put him at number 9 there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna argue.
But I don't mind that. I was debating putting him on my list, but just like never really watched it much.
Alright.
Okay. Number 9.
Number 8.
Number 8. My number 8, I have Gareth Bale, the Welsh legend. I actually lived in Wales for a little bit, so I went to the. Actually, he wasn't playing now, but yeah, I kind of I like it a lot.
Where in Wales?
What?
Where in Wales did you live?
I lived in Cardiff City.
Oh, okay. How old were you?
Dude, I was young, but it kind of stuck with me. Like my dad always, not stuck with me, but my dad kind of likes Wales. We kind of like that. So I like him. Really good player. Pass, everything I said. Yeah, you're good.
Alright. My number 8. You could debate that this one is controversial to be placed above Neymar. But
Not to mention you put Gareth Bale without Neymar.
I play this position, and from personal experience,
Speak loud.
my personal experience told me that this is the single greatest goalkeeper ever.
Yeah.
Manuel Neuer, the German Wall, the Berlin Wall. Shout out 1989 when they tore it down. 1990, Mikhail Gorbachev. I'm telling you this.
You don't understand, Max. Like,
Manuel Neuer is the greatest goalkeeper of all time. Those comments can argue against me. Casillas, I hear it. Buffon, a little more. Van der Sar, check, maybe. To me, Buffon represents Germany. Represents solidity.
Buffon represents
Buffon
Germany.
represents Germany.
Neuer represents solidity. And to me, he's my number.
Dude, Max. Oh, I just kind of realized this. You put Gareth Bale above Neymar.
I did.
Yeah, that's.
In what world?
I've blocked it out.
In what world?
Just block it out at this point.
Yeah.
Just block it out.
I'm
It
just
was a
gonna
misinput.
ignore that.
Just ignore. It was a
It was a misinput.
It was a miss.
It was a misinput. Okay, number 8. Don't they?
Okay, number 8 with crew. I also have Bale.
Bale. Yeah.
You know, not much to say about that. You guys have said everything that there is to say, but yeah, I have Bale. Bale at number 8.
All right. We should probably move on a little bit, like a little quick. Number 7, I had a bit Lewandowski, the Polish goat. I love him. His longevity is crazy. If we included, this past 5 years as well, I think he'd be even higher for me. But yeah, I've been at 7. I think you could argue for a little bit lower, but yeah.
Alright. There's some strange sounds coming from
I just every time I hear a player from Max, and I just have to compare it to Neymar. Like 11 is insane. Just get it.
Okay, number 7, I have a midfielder who, to me, just screams consistency. His passing accuracy, the way he moves the ball, the way he controls the game, kind of like Sergio Busquets. But I have him higher just because he truly is a remarkable player who's had like crazy longevity. Always is there, always is consistent, always seems to be in the action. I have Toni Kroos. That's just me.
Toni Kroos, that's high. That's really high. Or no, it's really low. No, yeah, that's really high for Toni Kroos. I think that's pretty high.
Whew. You didn't even have him on your
Dante,
list.
you have no.
You didn't even have him on your list.
All right. Well, here my 7 and 5. I was between. I had to give my 5 a little bit of love. My 7 here, I'm going with Busquets, just because I feel like, in my opinion, the greatest 6 of all time.
Yeah.
And you can't have the greatest of a position under the 7, in my opinion. So my number 7, Sergio Busquets.
That's fair. That's definitely fair. Okay, cool. Number 6 for me, I have Dani Alves. I would say
That is crazy high for number 6.
I would say second best right back of all time. Definitely the best of his generation.
Who's the best right back of all time?
Cafu, I think. But no, I think Dani Alves just what what he did and how he did it. Number 6. I'm really happy with it.
Actually, I'll do that later.
Number 6 is. Is it just me or is number 6 really?
I'm
It could
gonna,
be high.
I'm gonna
I'm
hold
happy
back
with
on you
that.
until later.
I'm happy with that.
You put Dani Alves above Gareth Bale?
Do you have him on your list?
No.
So what are we doing? So what are we doing?
He doesn't get. He doesn't
So what
even
are we
give it-
doing?
He doesn't give a
So
shit.
I'm gonna argue with him later.
Okay, let's go.
For my number 6 pick, when I was talking about Robert Lewandowski as the third greatest, this is the second greatest striker of this generation. A man who got overshadowed by a certain figure, but was always there. So many records, and I mean, this wasn't in the decade, but when this guy left the club, you could really see he was shining. My number 6 pick, Karim Benzema. Unbelievable player
That is
who
terrible.
had crazy drip
That
as
is
well.
terrible.
I thought I was about to agree with him.
That is terrible. Dude,
Matt, name one terrible thing about that.
That is
He's
disgusting.
not. He's
The most
top
overrated
3
9 of 9.
of the 2010s.
Do you wait?
Max, he wasn't the best on his own team for the majority of the time.
He was playing with one of the 2 greatest
It
players
doesn't
of
matter.
all
You're
time.
putting him top 6.
Benzema is the most
1000%.
overrated striker of all time.
Oh, I'm not even joking.
Wait, I actually can't believe this.
Not the most overrated, but you can't.
You don't think
I don't have him on my list.
You don't agree with that on the
Hell
top
no.
15?
Hell no.
No.
Hell
This
no.
is unbelievable.
Hell no.
Karim
Over-
Benzema, no.
What?
This is
I've
ridiculous.
never watched a game and been like, wow. Now
I've
that is
watched
a beautiful
several.
player.
That's not all that makes
There's
soccer. That's
nothing-
not everything that defines a player. It's statistics too.
Okay,
Benzema
but
has
there's
one
not
of
all
the-
I found.
there's better.
Benzema has one of the worst Ballon d'Ors.
Absolutely.
One
You want
of
me to
the
give you
worst
the
Ballon
second
d'Ors.
best striker of all time? I'll give it to you in my number
I didn't
6.
say
Yeah, give it to him. as number
Luis
6.
Suarez el pistolero.
beautiful.
Now we have
That's low for Suarez.
What?
He's
no
higher on my
because
list.
you can't. I can't put him above. Okay, I would put him maybe above my 5 and my 2 and 3. I kind of put them there so they could be together.
Okay.
But
I know.
number 6, you have the greatest hat trick, maybe one of the greatest hat tricks of all time. You know, he's just. If you have him above.
I did.
Okay. You
Okay.
scared me for a
That's fine.
second. You
All
scared
right,
me.
my number 5.
Wait.
Wait, let me
The fact that
let
you
me
guys-
go with my number 5. My number 5, I also have Luis Suarez. So we'll just get that out of the way. I think any higher. I think if he's in your top 3, that's a little high considering at least the
You
players
guys are
I
getting
have.
surprised by my top 3.
Yeah, we are. Trust me. No Neymar is gonna be the express, but no, Luis Suarez 5. Just comfortable with that. You're very very comfortable with that, especially if Dante Oubiña at 6 and maybe Max off higher, but we'll see.
Yeah. So for my number, I have to relook again. My number 5, I am going with a incredible player, or a really, not much to say about him. I have Xavi. I'm at number 5, just unbelievable player, heart of Spain and Barcelona midfield.
5 to 10 range. Yeah, the 4 to 10 range is fine.
And then for my number 5, I have Manuel Neuer. Can't
Dude,
debate one of the greatest in their positions.
It's just so hard to rank goalies. Like you could put him,
Yeah.
you could put him really anywhere outside of the top 3, and
Yeah.
you could be fine with that. Just because I would say he's the best goalkeeper of all time.
I had to show some love for him in the top 5. I felt like goalkeepers deserve the position. They don't get enough love.
100%.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Dante.
All right, number 4.
Maybe uncomfortable.
I had probably the best center back of this generation. I had Sergio Ramos.
Fair, mate. Fairs.
Sergio
That's
Ramos.
so
put
high.
it there. Put it there.
That's so high.
That's not high.
That's
Dante.
so
Dante.
So-
Dante.
You're a silly boy.
For somebody-
Silly boy. I don't know why you're trying to play my friend.
One of the dirtiest
Neymar.
players of all time.
Get off me.
One of the dirtiest players of all time.
He's also a center back. He has to be.
Except he still couldn't stop Messi in those years.
Who could?
But that's the thing, though. So we can't have somebody who couldn't stop Messi.
Nobody could stop
Nobody
Messi.
could. He could stop. Hey,
Nobody could stop
But
Messi.
playing with the dirtiness that Ramos did, I can't have him.
No.
People
Like-
feared him. People feared him, eh?
Everybody feared him.
Exactly.
All right, you're number 4.
My number 4, very, very similarly, is Sergio Ramos. I think, again, the best center back of the generation. Not of all time. That one's got a shade of Maldini, but
Maldini, definitely. But
you know, unbelievable player.
Yeah.
You know, even though he was dirty, he was just a rock at the back in those 2010 years. So
sure.
Sergio Ramos number 4.
Sergio Ramos. Alright, your number 4?
Now here I have, I said I would bring it back. For my number 4, I have Dani Alves, one of the greatest right backs of all time, and the second most decorated player
I don't mind that.
of all time.
I like
So
that.
why
I
are
like
we
that.
having the second most decorated player, only behind Messi, so low in our list? That is what I am wondering.
Okay, Dante, I agree with you. Aside from the fact that you have to put Sergio Ramos at it.
Do you put Sergio Ramos in your list?
Yeah, I had him.
He had him like
You put
13.
Dani Alves.
Thirteen.
You put Dani Alves
Absolutely.
9 slots
Look,
above.
You
wait,
can't. You
9 slots
can't
above.
argue with his trophy cabinet.
Sergio Ramos.
You can
Because
argue.
Sergio
You can
Ramos-
argue with how he
He was
played.
a great player. He played forward. He played back. He ran. He could adapt to anyone on his team. I mean, you're arguing with how many is it? Like
Dani-
49 trophies or something like that.
Blah, 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 blah. Dani Alves, great player. I had him at Sergio Ramos. I love him every day. Every day. Every day.
Whatever.
Number 3, let's move on. Dante's not gonna be happy with this one. I had Luka Modric. He just best midfielder of the generation, I think. Just I have him above Modric. I'd say what
I'm
you want.
sick to
I have
my
him above
stomach.
Xavi. I have him above Xavi.
Wait, can we
I have him above Busquets.
can we ask Dante why are you sticking?
Sick
Zoom
to
in
my
on the
stomach.
batch really quick. Why are you sticking?
So-
I don't know. I don't understand.
And make sure you get a good quality, yeah? Alright. So, okay, I can't argue with consistency. But over Xavi or Iniesta
They didn't win
No,
the Ballon d'Or.
but it doesn't
They didn't win
matter.
the
I know.
In
I
their
never said I
prime
would
years,
Iniesta.
they're going against the greatest players of all time.
Pounding water.
That's
Like you can't say Ballon d'Or because they were going against prime Messi and prime Ronaldo. They're not going to win a Ballon d'Or, but they were consistently on the rankings.
Yeah, okay, I agree with that, but just Modric is better.
But where was Modric in the
More
rankings during
consistent,
those years?
More consistency.
But he wasn't in,
He's a
in
Ballon
those
d'Or.
no,
years.
he wasn't more consistent.
He was not more consistent than those two.
He wasn't more
Equally
consistent. I
consistent.
just think
Equally
he was
consistent.
one of the best. I think he was.
Alright, let's move on. What's your number 3?
Again, this is 2010 still. Like
Yes.
I have gone through the time. My number 3 is the second greatest midfielder of the generation. One of the most iconic moments in football history to start the decade out. Danny Jodke siempre something is what his shirt said after he ripped it off after scoring in the 2010 World Cup final in South Africa. Shout out Shabalala. Iniesta, Andres, amazing player. Also looks really cool. I just like how he looks. I don't know why. Like he just is like his baldness like gives off aura. I don't know why it does. Just a great guy and a great player.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Okay, so for my 3 and 2, can we do a snake? Can I go back?
Sure,
to that?
go ahead. Do your 3 and 2.
Because
and then
these
we'll
two,
go
you
over
know,
it.
together changed the midfield of Europe.
Alright.
Untouchable in their prime years. Yes, they had an incredible team, but together with Busquets as well, they were the greatest midfield. The greatest midfield
Who's your 3?
of all time.
Who's your 3?
My number 3, I have Xavi, and then my number 2, I have
Only
Iniesta.
acceptable answer. Okay.
Together, the greatest midfield of all time.
I think that's crazy over Luis Suarez to me.
No,
Javi.
I can't put Suarez over.
I had Javi at 10 and he. Okay.
Just
Javi at 10.
because Xavi has people like Lewandowski, Ronaldo, and
Xavi
Cristiano
really did
to
it.
compete with as one of the greatest strikers. These two together for me made the greatest midfield of all time, and I can't put such an unbeatable midfield so low. Alright,
What you
what's
pulling
your
up
number
there?
2?
I'm just looking up when you were talking. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. My number 2, I have Iniesta. I think, Iniesta just.
She's so
That goal in the World Cup, man. I bet Iniesta though, definitely. That sound.
He's got watch factor,
What
he's
a
got numbers,
top 10 player
consistency.
of all time for me. Definitely, but Iniesta.
Modric over Iniesta should be a crime. A federal
I think
crime.
Iniesta's
No one
top 10 player of
no
all
one
time.
over Iniesta. What? I think Iniesta's top 10 player of all time. And we can count that out. Maybe I think I'd have him in the top 10.
I don't think he's a top 10.
I could have him top 10.
I could have a top 10.
Maybe 10, but or 9.
My number one, I definitely have in the top 10 right now. We can go. Max, who's your number 2?
My number 2.
Dude, I don't know who Max's 1 is gonna be. Like, I don't.
My number 2 is he's already been said. Just in the heart of a French dynasty, teenage kicks. This man rises from his ruins like Madalos, the Greek god in Rome. Luka Modric is my number 2 player of the decade, not only for his intellectual ability, the way he can dictate the field. That's how I define a great midfielder, and Luka Modric embodies a midfielder like no other. You didn't think he was going to be this good player. Like in Spurs, they played him on the left wing. The manager put him in center mid for 1 game just to experiment against prime SC and Ballack and Lampard. Runs circles around them. Goes to Real Madrid. Does his thing. Second best player of the generation.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Alright, let's go.
Dante?
No. All the number ones.
Yeah, do we want to go?
Oh, right.
Okay.
What do we do for number 1? I'm just gonna go say mine, and I think it's the only answer. And I think Max added another 1.
Yeah, who can you have a number?
My number 1, the Prince,
Who never became king, man.
who never got his crown.
He never became king.
Neymar.
You can add an extra
Neymar.
1 for a king status.
Neymar, putting. I'm not defending that. It's Neymar.
Well, can you give your explanation?
The most talented player of all time outside of Messi and Okocha. The most talented player of all time.
So we're just gonna ignore Maradona like that.
Yeah. We
That
are.
was.
Oh my god!
Neymar.
I can't do this.
Neymar
That was.
has so much talent.
No, he said it all the time.
He has the best skill moves of all time. That man was special, and he's at my number 1 for that reason. This man. What fun fact about Dante? He's a big Argentina fan,
He's Argentinian.
and he's getting buttered.
You're saying that Neymar is a better
Neymar's
footballer
better
than
than
Maradona.
Not with accolades. I'd say Maradona is a better footballer.
Let's get out of the table.
Dante, you were in your father's ball sack when Maradona was playing. You have to understand that, right? Have you ever seen Maradona play?
Yes, I have.
On highlight tapes.
Oh my god.
You know hand of God, and that's it.
That's genuinely the worst take.
Not even that. Nobody in the history of the sport has had a relationship with the ball like Maradona had. The way he interacts with the ball is like not even Messi. Messi is, I think, a better
Hand
player.
of God, that's it.
because
That's all I
of what
know.
he
Hand
does.
of God, that's all I know.
Oh my god.
I think that might be the single worst take
You
you've
have
ever said.
Neymar at 11.
I don't care.
You have Neymar at 11.
That was a mistake. He was my 4. Okay,
You
hear
have
me out.
at 11.
Hear me out. I don't care that you said that Florian Wirtz was from Germany. I don't care that you said Florian
Whoa,
Wirtz. I mean,
whoa.
no, that you said he was from Spain. I don't care that you said he was from Poland. I don't care that you said he was from Italy before you knew he was from Germany. What I do care about is that you think that Neymar is a better player than Diego Armando Maradona.
I do.
I'm sick to my stomach.
I do
I'm
it.
sick to my stomach.
I do in the same way that I think Steph Curry is a better player than who the fuck John Stockton.
How is that?
Do you know how
is that?
bro?
That is like
Maradona.
saying
Maradona
What?
is
That's
an amazing player, an exceptional player. Neymar is better. Do I think he's greater?
I
No.
don't
Do
even have
I
to
think
argue.
Neymar is greater? No. Maradona is a greater player. Neymar is a better player, a more skilled player, and a more talented player.
Do you not
Leave it at
understand
that. Leave it at that.
anything about soccer?
Who's your number 1? Let's go. Let's see your number 1.
No, we're not going off this yet.
Oh, we are.
You think that
Oh, we
Neymar
are.
is a better player than Maradona?
I don't know how.
Why do you
I
think
can't
that?
fathom this.
So do you think? I
Did
want to hear-
Maradona grow up in the favelas, playing 10 hours of football a day?
Yeah,
He
pretty
grew up
much.
with coal miners.
Coal miner. Okay.
He knows the okay again, so you know he's wrong. Get the okay.
Okay. Neymar is more skilled.
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
That's
Neymar's
the
a better
worst genuinely the worst. Okay, we gotta move on, but comments, please just flame. I need everyone to just say L Crew in the chat.
Somebody leak his address.
Whoa! Hey, get Richie on his IP.
I'm not about to end up on live leaks, bro. Let's go.
Oh my god.
Okay,
That's the
next.
worst take in top
Who's
50.
your number one? Who's your number one?
I don't even know if I could continue.
You have to continue. I need to hear what your number one is.
Alright, fine.
Who's your number one?
My number one
No!
is a player who. My number one is the single greatest striker of the generation. Not only did he form the greatest trio of all time, he put the way he played, the goal catalog he has, the Liverpool season he has, suspended for the first 6 games, and scores absolute bangers on bangers on bangers. One of the greatest single seasons. Goes to Barcelona.
No! Luis Suarez number one?
Luis Suarez.
Number
Does
one
not
though!
know love.
Number one!
Dude, why?
How?
He's acting like this because
Over-
he knows he's wrong.
Over
He knows he's wrong.
Iniesta? Over Iniesta, over Modric, over Sergio Ramos.
Absolutely. Ramos, absolutely.
Luis Suarez number one?
Yeah, he's the
The
best
only
player.
player to win a Golden Boot during the prime Messi and Ronaldo era.
Luis Suarez.
You're just
is not
overreacting
number one,
because
though.
you think that
He's
Neymar is
not
better than
number
Maradona.
one.
Beautiful to
Neymar's-
watch. Iconic moments. Like,
Just
we've got the biting, we've got the handball, we've got...
The biting the handball. How is that?
Those are some of the most iconic moments in football history.
I wouldn't go that far, but I would say.
So we're just
The
gonna go-
biting,
say-
the
I
biting
would
is one of the most iconic moments
Absolutely.
in football history.
Absolutely.
You think the
Okay, that's a little outrageous, but
You brought it out.
he defined how strikers play. You ask any striker of this generation
He's
who
the
their
top
favorite
five- he's the
striker
top five
is.
player of the
Luis
generation.
Suarez.
He's the top 5 player of the generation.
He's the top 1 player of the generation.
By no means is he a top 1, top 3 player of that of the generation.
That's
No, that's
outrageous. Oh
No,
my
I do
Who's your number
think
Wait, what did you have him at? What did you have him at?
I had him at 6 only because
Ooh!
I wanted to give some love to the keepers and I couldn't argue with the second most decorated.
You
player.
agree with him at 1?
I'm not gonna argue against it. I'm not gonna argue against
I said top 5.
Third best player of the generation.
What?
Luis Suarez.
Neymar.
I think he's
Neymar.
better than Neymar.
Neymar.
I think he's better than Neymar.
Neymar.
Neymar
No,
should have
no,
been
no,
the
no.
When it was Suarez, Neymar, Messi, you're telling me that Suarez wasn't the worst of the 3.
I would have put him at 3 over
You're telling-
Xavi if
I'm
it
telling
wasn't
you,
for
They
the
he was
played
more
on the
consistent.
same team.
He was more consistent.
And Neymar was, bro, if you watch those games,
Look, Neymar was more entertaining to
If you
watch.
watch
but look
those
at the goal
games-
output. Suarez.
look at, you want to know why? Because Suarez wasn't getting focused on. People, like, I don't think you understand it. Dude, when Neymar had the ball, all eyes were on Neymar. When Suarez has the ball, all eyes are on Neymar.
No, that's
Neymar, Messi.
ridiculous.
Suarez has finishing. He has
No!
his move, bro. He's one
You
of
know
the
he makes
greatest
hundreds.
finishers
He
of
makes
all time,
hundreds
bro.
of runs every game. Gets the ball twice and puts it away both times. Name one other player that does that.
There's so
Hundreds of
So
runs.
many players that do that.
He's got like Vardy's finishing. He's got like the play style of like I'd say
Physicality of Aguero.
if Neymar was a striker, he would play like Suarez.
He was a striker.
No, if Neymar was a striker,
Oh, if Neymar
like
not a
play like
striker.
if he had to play as a striker, the way he would play, because as a striker, I feel like being so much in the center of the field and not being able to receive it a little more like a center forward like Messi does, it's hard to play the Neymar style. He could bring it down the wing and then cut in and out. There's just more options.
Who do you
for me.
think's better, Neymar or Suarez? Of this generation.
See,
Why didn't you say you're number 1?
my number 1 here, even though I did go against my heart for this, I didn't want to put him at number 1, but I do have Neymar at number 1.
Okay. Case in point. Mill.
But-
Mill. Suarez or Neymar, this generation. Suarez or Neymar? You got it. Easy.
I mean, it's an argument.
It's a personal thing.
Easy.
But
I think Suarez is better.
I do think Neymar.
I think Suarez is the more overall.
That's just too
Neymar is
personal. That's
too
too
big
personal
to
for this
watch. I like
podcast.
to watch him too much, but Suarez was something.
I haven't seen Neymar play in about 5 years because he's been in the boondocks of Saudi. So I don't know where he is. And at PSG,
Suarez play
in his later years at PSG.
I haven't seen Suarez play in like 3 years.
He's having a beautiful season over in Miami.
Beautiful season.
Beautiful.
38 years old, takes 3 painkillers before each game.
He
For his
walks
knees.
like a penguin and still scores. Is one of the top scorers of MLS.
Okay, well let's just leave it at the end, and let's just leave it at that. Thank you for going on this journey with us.
Now Neymar's at Santos, and Suarez is in Inter Miami. Santos. Oh, actually interesting. Who do you think wins, Santos or Inter Miami?
I think Santos should win.
Santos.
Inter Miami doesn't have that much quality.
Yeah.
The Brazilian league is not that low
Yeah.
in the rankings.
Okay.
All right, we gotta wrap it up. Thank you all for watching. We apologize for Cruz's little mishap with Maradona and
Cruz should
Neymar.
Apologize for the construction. If you guys have been hearing that, we can add a little disclaimer, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, thank you all. Have a good day.
Hey guys, a little disclaimer. We have not gotten mics yet, so we can't really filter out the sound from the construction that's happening on the second floor. So if you guys hear a little bit of construction, just disclaimer, it's gonna happen.